I'm back, I'm up and running, I'm in my new house, and we love it. So today, I want to talk about a weapon that I've been meaning to get to for a while now, the 720 RPM kinetic auto rifle from Override Chroma Rush. From the moment I saw the name, and to this day, for whatever reason, I think of a 90s hairband. That might be just me. But it's obtained from Override. You can focus Ingrams for a 50-50 shot between this and the ignition code, so that's not a bad 50-50 to keep going for. That nade launcher has some really good rolls. We've had a few 720s in the game. They are hit or miss. Arctic Haze, Reckless Oracle, all the way up to the Misfit days, and of course Tommy's Matchbook. There's a couple of them. They live in an odd range in relation to most weapons. They're somewhat of a hybrid AR SMG, leaning more to the AR side. I'm going to talk about that comparison throughout the review. It has to stand on its own 2 feet when it comes to perk combinations and usage, and Chroma Rush does just that. It's a really good weapon. It has some downsides, but within its range, it has a lot going for it. Now, for almost a year, and even going to the end of this year, today's sponsor has been a huge help to my channel. So before I get to the bulk of the review, this video is brought to you by my good friends over at Surfshark VPN. Surfshark VPN encrypts your data, it keeps it safe, it's an extra layer of security for all of your personal stuff, your videos, your photos, so no one can see it. It hides your true IP address, it's extremely easy to use, it sets you up with the closest server. It's the only privacy product that allows unlimited simultaneous devices. Most of them limit you, but not Surfshark. You can have it on as many devices as you want, and I'm traveling right now as this video is up. I have it on my phone, my laptop, everything that I have. It keeps everything safe. It works as an app or browser extension. It allows you to place your phone or laptop anywhere in the world. With something like Disney Plus, it isn't available in some countries, so you just change your location and it's going to open right up. For Netflix, there are about 15 different Netflix libraries out there to go out and explore. With changing your location, you can see what's playing around the world. And what's great for us gamers is you can game in full privacy and security. That includes big ones like hiding your IP in Discord, other chats, not having to worry about that. And with so many people working from home, you can prevent ISP throttling from your provider and actually get faster speeds than what they're capping you at. Protection is key. So use my code CoolGuy to get 83% off plus 3 extra months free. There's a link down below right at the top of the description. And if for whatever reason you're unhappy, again, they do back a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there's no risk to try it out for yourself. I love this VPN, I use it every day, and I really hope you guys get behind Surfshark as they've gotten behind me. It's a really good deal that they have for us. I see Chroma Rush as a weapon that should stick around in the future for the most part. It has a really good perk set, really good base stat distribution. I'm really going to break that down in a moment, and in PvE, it can help with anti-barrier when that comes up. PvE and PvP each have the appropriate damage perks. It could see the kinetic usage rate of something like Gnawing Hunger. Yes, one's 600, another's 720, but one's kinetic, the other's a void energy. It can open up a loadout for weapon combinations. It starts with the base stats. I look at every stat of every weapon. Some stand out for one reason or another, some good, some bad. Chroma Rush has some of the best base stats pound for pound per archetype in the entire game for what it is. And I'm going to break this down in such a way where you see the options with it. Multiple things you can do. When you look at these stats, I'm just going to keep this up big wide on the screen. The range is average. The range itself on these is, a lot of them fall right in this area at 32, but it's an AR. The 60 stability stat is the highest for the class. The aim assist is at 80. It's the highest of all legendary 720s in the game. The only one that beats it is Tommy's Matchbook, the exotic at 81, so it's right there. It has a perfect recoil direction of 45. No other 720 does, and there's only a handful of weapons in the entire game that end in 5. Otherwise, you would want to end in 0 and then add on a counterbalance mod. When you see the stat that ends in 5, it's going to be near vertical. The higher the stat that it goes up, 85, 95, 100, you start looking at the deviation of it, the jumpiness. This goes hand in hand with the stability stat, which is high. Say it with me, do not put a counterbalance mod on Chroma Rush. One more time, do not put a counterbalance mod on Chroma Rush. With its high stability, high aim assist, and perfect recoil direction, you have a ton of options. These options are going to be catered to A, what do you want out of the weapon, B, what mod slots are you willing to give up to put into, and C, what feel are you going for. With barrels, there are 9 of them. Arrowhead Brake is perfect. Plus 30 recoil direction brings it to 75 recoil direction, and also plus 10 handling. Its pain point at base is the 42 handling. It's its lowest stat, that'll get to 52. Extended barrel is kind of iffy. It gets you to 55 recoil direction, that's plus 10. It gives you plus 10 range, but it hurts that handling at negative 10. Same with chambered compensator. 55 recoil direction with a plus 10 stability, so that gives you 70 stability but negative 5 handling. All 3 of those really work. But also you can go for small bore, hammer forged, even full bore. I'm not usually a fan of full bore, but since it has high base stability, it's only going to drop that stat to 50, the handling to 37, but you get that 15 more range. The range for this thing is 21.5 to 26 meters. Now that 26 is with all range perks, range masterwork, full bore, all of it. But if you get just accurized rounds, no range masterwork or any barrel that gives range, it sits at 23 meters. That's where a lot of us are gonna be. Not a full range roll, but right in the middle. And that isn't bad. Magazine wise, there's no bad option. PvP, you want accurized rounds. PvE, a pure magazine perk like appended, because that has no drawbacks, but any mag perk will work. But with these stats, you can go for range, you can go for stability, there's no wrong answer. The interesting part is combining some mods, some perks that this thing has, and putting them all together. And this goes to those 3 questions from earlier, I'll bring them back up. I'm gonna jump right to tunnel vision. Tunnel vision, reloading after defeating a target, grants plus 20 aim assist and plus 20 accuracy for a short duration. Because of its stats, it already has 80 aim assist, so why not throw on a couple of targeting mods on your helmet? That will get you to 100 aim assist, and you're gonna have that all the time. And that's what tunnel vision would get you to after you get a kill and do a reload. And it's only gonna be for a short duration. So why not have just 100 aim assist all the time? And the second part of tunnel vision gives plus 20 accuracy. Let's go ahead and jump to heating up. Heating up gives you plus 15% accuracy per stack, so it has 2 stacks. It also grants massive stability. 30% more accuracy, and the stability is pretty much gonna be at 100, and all of this is immediately after getting a kill. You don't need a reload. Those are some things that you're gonna have to weigh, but I'm just trying to show you that the base stats give you a lot of freedom. Tunnel vision, you don't have to put on any helmet targeting mods. You get a reload, gets you to 100 aim assist, plus 20 accuracy, or you can put on some targeting mods, already have the 100 aim assist, and as you get a kill, similar to Rampage with heating up, it goes to a ×1 to a ×2. It's gonna give you more accuracy than tunnel vision gives you, and massive stability. There's no wrong way, just the way that you want it to feel and perform. Now, mouse and keyboard, you're gonna have a lot of great stability out of the gate, but any accuracy bonus is felt. I went over that with Grid Skipper. The more accuracy that you have, the more gifting headshots that you're gonna get, especially at a distance. It's literally gonna make you land more criticals. That goes for PvE and PvP. In PvP, that range that I went over, that 21 to 26 meters, 23 right in the middle. Shayura's Wrath, the Trials SMG, it can get that far. It can actually go to 27 meters beyond what this thing can go. I'll get right back to this, but in PvP, this has a 0.7 TTK, 9 crits, 1 body. The SMG, Shayura's, a 0.8 TTK, 7 crit, 2 body. In the Crucible, it's peer-to-peer matchmaking, there's a tick rate, so a lot of the time that's just kind of a tie. But, and this is totally from thousands of hours of playing this game, and I believe most of you are gonna agree. Bungie has said that each weapon does have an accuracy stat, but it's hidden. We don't know what a weapon's true accuracy stat is, but the more accuracy that you gain, the better feel of the weapon. And I've seen that a lot of this come up between this SMG and this AR. I do believe that the true difference is gonna lie within that hidden accuracy stat. Being an AR, it does seem to hit a little bit better past fall off. Less ghost bullets than an SMG. And like I said earlier, Chroma Rush is kind of an AR SMG hybrid with that 720 frame, but it leans more to the AR side. There are great PvE and PvP perk combinations. Some combinations can work in both areas of the game, but for this AR, I do recommend to have a separate PvE and PvP role. First column, we have Heating Up, Feeding Frenzy, Dynamic Sway Reduction, Moving Target, and Tunnel Vision. Second column, Kill Clip, Rampage, Adrenaline Junkie, Wellspring, Tap the Trigger, and Thresh. If you want Wellspring or Thresh for a build, definitely get those. And even Adrenaline Junkie, there was a lot of gameplay earlier in the video. And not too long ago, I went over some Season 14 grenade builds that are crazy good for supers and nade spam. You can have a ton of upkeep for Adrenaline Junkie in PvE. I have a really nice one that I've been using with those builds and having a good time. There's also going to be a place for Dynamic Sway Reduction and let's say Tap the Trigger or Kill Clip, depending on the player. However, the go-to main PvE roles are going to be Heating Up or Subsistence with Rampage. Heating Up, and I went over this with Grid Skipper, especially when paired with Rampage, you just hold the trigger and go. Get kills and both are gonna stack on your screen. The Rapid Fire Frame has a fast reload built in when you're out of ammo. It gets near max stability, a ton of accuracy, it's a laser beam, and you get the ×3 Rampage damage bonus. Subsistence is really good now, no penalty, gets ammo back on kills to extend out that magazine before you have to reload. There's no right answer, it's just preference. My personal preference is Heating Up for the amount of criticals it's going to give me in the overall feel of the weapon, especially at a distance, giving that accuracy and stability bonus I can hit for a little bit further. I'm not the biggest fan of Feeding Frenzy right now. I'd say just put on a reloader on your gauntlets and go with Subsistence or Heating Up. For the Crucible, Heating Up, Kill Clip, or possibly Tunnel Vision Kill Clip. Kill Clip is for PvP, not so much for PvE. And I went over the things that you can do when you compare these perks. Again, to me personally, and all the PvP gameplay you've been seeing, Heating Up, Kill Clip, it's a 2 out of 5 roll. The exact roll that I'm looking for is Arrowhead Brake, Accurized Rounds, Range Masterwork, Heating Up, and Kill Clip. And like I've said, if I see Heating Up on a weapon, I'm paying attention. It's so good. and I'm gonna pair that combination with double targeting on my helmet and a reloader. So 100 aim assist all the time, then all the benefits of heating up. Getting in the fast reload for kill clip, heating up still gonna be on the screen for that. Other rolls are gonna be good too, let's say moving target, tap the trigger, maybe a thresh roll, it can all work. But I do believe that the one I just went over, the 5 out of 5, with the Arrowhead, heating up, kill clip, accurized rounds, range master work, pairing that with certain mods like double targeting on your helmet and a reloader, that's the ultimate combination for this. It's the best of everything. As the game moves on, certain things can get buffed or nerfed, and this is actually really good, well placed in the game right now, within the meta. In PvE, it puts in work with a large magazine, good stats, good damage perks, and in the Crucible, it's just plainly a fun gun. It handles well, it does well. Now the only downside, and not really a downside, is its peak shot capability. There is none. You want to be out in the open with this, close to cover, but not necessarily playing the cover. Hand cannons and other weapons are going to out-duel you when they're in cover because they can peek shot you. But if you run wide open, kind of like an SMG, just keep spraying and going, it's fantastic. Who knows, maybe a nerf to another weapon archetype could really bring this up, or maybe one day these might get a buff, maybe more range, more damage, it could happen, we never know. But what I do know is that statistically, per archetype, it's one of the best, most well-rounded weapons in the entire game. There's not a single bad thing about it. If you're new here, remember to hit the subscribe button, and if you are subscribed, thank you so much for your support, and remember to go check out Surfshark. Let's talk about Chroma Rush down below. What roles do you have? How are they performing? It's good to be back. I can make a lot more content. I'm gonna stream this week, probably some Iron Banners. So thank you for watching, and until the next one, I am CoolGuy.